Oh, another one. Dropped back there, he's hiding. Quick, we're out of ammo. Oh, Hickok 45, having fun again with a Boberg. This is the XR9S, okay? Let's take a look at it. You know, what in the world is a Boberg XR9S? Well, you know, I really wasn't sure myself till yesterday. Actually, I do recall reading an article or seeing this thing advertised. Just didn't know a lot about it. It's a little 9mm, kind of a bullpup design for a pocket 9, I guess you could say. And probably one you're not all that familiar with. It's not out there in big numbers. But our viewer friend was at the Nashville rally yesterday on February the 8th. We had there for the Second Amendment, and said, hey man, just take this if you want to, do a video with it. I said, sure. I think he was carrying it. It's his carry gun. So we've got it for a few days. Thought we would take a look at it. So I've heard of it, but don't know as much about it maybe as even some of you. If you have one, definitely. But it's an interesting gun, I'll have to say. You see, compared with the PM9, we're clear. It is it's a different sort of design where, you know, the trigger guard is right out here. You know, so your whole slide is kind of, you're about the same length as a PM9, but it's back further. You know, and it's like you move the grip and the trigger and everything forward a little bit, you know, kind of you know, similar to a bullpup concept, I guess. And that way you just get a different profile and designed to be carried, pocket carry, you know, or any way you want to carry it, but maybe more conveniently. So interesting gun. Don't know if you know anything about the company. It is a small company up in Minnesota. They have a website. Go check them out. It's bobergarms.com if you want to learn more about the thing than I know. But from what I understand, a lot of handwork goes into these things. They put a lot of design and machining into it. It's just a different sort of firearm, not cheap. They you know, you got metal sights, you know, 3-dot system there, and everything about it is, you just get the feeling it's a precision instrument. You really do. Everything about it. They tried to keep it very flat, you notice. Look at that. That's almost like a not even real, that slide lock and takedown lever. It's the way it's recessed. I think there's replaceable grip panels that you can get for it in different colors and things, I believe. And it comes in 2 or 3 different contours. This is the Onyx version. There's a platinum that's all kind of like the slide on the PM9 there. Then there's a 2-tone version, I think, and I'm not sure what else they have coming. Let me show you this thing, the inside of it. There's the takedown lever there. Pull that around. Pull that off. Now, when I first did this, I thought, wow, this is wild. I thought that was, you know, like on a Glock, that looks like your extractor pin, you know, or spring, doesn't it? And that is the mainspring. That is it. Can you believe that? Look at this thing. You got some different parts there, don't you? You got your lug here, comes off the barrel. You have to move it forward, I noticed. It's kind of fun learning about new guns and how they work. Take it to the shop, take it apart, and figure it out. You know? And there's your barrel. So it just slips over that lug. I did notice the barrel, unless there's a trick to it, it was a little tricky getting out. That time it was okay. And this is an interesting little piece here. So notice that. That is different, isn't it? That is a claw that picks up the round from the magazine, pulls it out of the magazine, and then it, as the slide moves, you know, forward, it puts it, of course, into the chamber. But that's something you don't have on every firearm, and that's because of the bullpup design. You see the way your magazine rides, everything, it's like riding right there. So this has to pull the round out of the chamber or the magazine and then put it into the chamber or the chamber. So pretty different design, and it we'll talk about that a little bit, but that's new and different, isn't it? Put it back together here if I can figure it out which end the bullet comes out of. There we go. So somebody had a dream and said, you know what, let's build one a little differently than what everybody else is doing, and see if we can get this back together. Now, doing this once, I had a little trouble. I may have to edit the video, give me 10 minutes to get it back together, but generally it works just fine. Okay, like that. And I'm not sure what it was that was causing the problem, other than lack of intelligence. You know, that's obviously always an issue with me. There we go. Okay, look at that hammer. How's that for a cool hammer? So it's a double action only, hammer fired. Okay, and so, you know, that's what you got. And actually the trigger is not bad. Not bad at all. Now, let me load this magazine. Let me show you. How's that? There's no follower. Now you would think I'd be putting them in like that, right? No, they go in like that. How weird is that? Because that claw is going to grab it by the rim and extract it from the magazine. That's what it has to do. And then shove it into the chamber. This little magazine holds 7 rounds, I have to say. That's one of the advantages of this gun. It is a 7+1, and it's really about the same size and height as, say, the PM9 there. The PM9 is what, a 6+1. So you get an extra round out of that design, okay, for what that's worth. You really do. So we have, let's top it off while we're at it, okay? Lay it down there. Put another one in, nose first. That is so weird. I mean, look at that, what a magazine. That is so strange. We have focus problems. That is amazing, isn't it? It looks like you just stuck the rounds in backwards. Okay, so we have one in the tube. And now, I've shot it literally, I guess, well, 2 magazines worth, maybe 3 before the video. And just, yeah, we'll just learn together. But the trigger seems pretty good. It really does. For a double action only, it's not that hard to hit with. Or I wouldn't have started off shooting, you know, just one-handed there. Now that I say that, I won't hit anything. Let me try that. I think there's something on top of that propane tank. Yeah, that's a little target. Maybe I shouldn't have started out with him. Not sure where to hold. Let's try something a little larger, like the cowboy. Okay. Feels like it's right on there. There doesn't seem to be a tendency to pull left or right with it, you know, for a double action only. It's a very smooth trigger. John was saying he likes it better than the car, actually, a little bit. And the car's got a nice trigger. It breaks a little further back. This breaks your fingers up there further. For someone with large hands, I like that because it breaks up there. You're not squeezing together down here to get it to break. So that's pretty cool. I'll get that magazine separate here. So for double action only, hey, nice. Now there's an ammo issue. I'm told that on their website it tells you what ammo to use. You know, you see that before with some other small firearms. When you've got you know, all the engineers are working overtime in the last decade to try to make the smallest possible 380 or 9mm that is possible to be made and still function. You know, so we're trying to get the most out of the smallest package, which is cool because, you know, with all the carry laws and everything, people are looking for something like this that works as small as they can get it, that shoots well and very concealable. But because of that, you have limitations sometimes. What was the firearm that was, it was the Solo, you know, where you really, it has to have premium hot ammo or it just isn't going to be reliable. And you kind of know that going in. This one's a little bit like that. But now this is just, you know, PMC 124 grain ammo. PMC does not have a reputation for me at high quality or anything. But that's what I'm shooting there. Thought I'd try the 124 grain because it usually works better in anything, it seems like. Okay, let's try something here. 2 liter time. Yeah. Tell you what, I like it. We'll go for the gong while I have a couple of rounds in here. Let's see where to hold it all. Okay. It's holding right on. Does it have one in their pipe? No. I tell you, the sights are right on and the trigger is pretty nice. I have one mag, as you can tell. That's all that they had yesterday. So, but that's okay. We're not going to shoot a ton. But I just wanted to bring you this thing when I had the opportunity. You might have been wondering about it. You might have seen it, read about it in a magazine. Not a firearm that you're as likely to, encounter at the range. Every other person bringing one on. There aren't that many of them out there. I think they just make a few of them a day. I think it's just one of those deals. So now, as far as the advantages of it, of course, the size, the extra round is pretty cool, because there's a big difference between 6 and 7, 4 and 5. When you get down to that area, whereas with a higher capacity, say a Glock or something, whether you have 14 or 15 or 16 or 17, it's not as big a deal. And the weight of it, it's a little bit, before I load it, it weighs, we weighed them, and it has an ounce, it weighs 1.5 ounces more than the PM9, 1.5 ounces more. Let me show you the dimensions here a little bit. It is a little bit thicker. You don't get the feeling it's a thick gun though, than the PM9. I always use that as my reference, it seems like. You're familiar with the cars, usually they're everywhere. Okay, so you see it is a little thicker, but you don't get the feeling that it's a big block and it's heavy or anything. I have the it's thicker than the what is this thing? The Nano. I have too many guns on it. The Nano. So it's thicker than those, but it doesn't feel thick. I'm not sure what that is, So, and of course your trigger guards are right up there. You notice when I put my finger straight out with mine, it extends beyond the muscle. I guess that's not dangerous. I might get a little powder burn on it, but you don't really get the feel that it's dangerous, because it's not like you're going to get your hand out there in front of the muzzle. You got the grip and everything is in the right configuration. So, all right, let's take a couple more shots with it. So this is an ammo-sensitive firearm. That's what I read, and that's what people tell me. That's what the owner told me. Why don't we just try? I'll shoot at a pig. They don't have a lot of rounds. I tell you. I like the way it shoots. I really do. And I think with me, a lot of it is the fact that I'm not having to come way back here to break that trigger, because those shots just felt like the misses were just right barely off, and nice solid shooting. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk about some negatives though. There's a couple. Well, I'll load a magazine here. Now, it doesn't, well, you can lock the slide back, but it's kind of awkward. Yeah, like that. You can do that. That claw extractor that pulls the round out, if you don't have ammo that's crimped well, and I'm not so sure this is, I wouldn't have been surprised, and we could still have an issue, it will pull the case right off the bullet. They say you don't want to shoot, well, they say on their website, I understand. I can't find it, but it's there, they tell me. Somewhere I looked and couldn't find it. What ammo to use, what not to use. Maybe you have better luck than I do. But Federal Champion is one you do not want to use. Apparently bad crimp. I've heard that Winchester White Box can work pretty well, but you can also have some issues with that. I mean, surprise, those are low-end rounds, aren't they? Bulk ammo. So with quality ammo, and after it's broken in, because they have really tight tolerances, generally it looks to me like, from what I've read, people are having good luck with them. But there's mixed reviews on it. Look it up, you'll see. There's people that have had problems with them, and people who haven't. So, I don't know. Take a couple more here. Just put it around the chamber. Good feeling little gun. Let's put a couple of high dollar rounds in it. If this were mine, I would definitely make sure I was carrying quality ammo in it. I'm going to shoot some of these critical duty Hornadies. I'm just going to shoot a couple. You know how it is with ammo. Right now, it's hard to find 9mm anywhere, so we're trying to be careful here a little bit. I'll shoot 3 of these. make sure it fires premium ammo. And that reminds me, I read that you're supposed to be able to shoot quantities of plus P. I mean, it will handle it, even though it's small, fairly light, about 18 ounces. You can shoot hot stuff all you want to do, no problem at all. It's good. It's good to go. All right. Let's see, what else did I not show you on this thing? Just the one mag. It comes with a couple of magazines. Again, it's American made. Precision engineered. You get the feeling that it's just a really quality gun. I mean, a really nice one. And I like the way the thing shoots. I really do. To tell you the truth though, I don't trust that claw extractor. I don't know. It's worked okay, but it seems like another step there that, that I'm not sure it's worth it. Maybe it is. So, there's the only other negative is it costs a little more than the Nano or the car. It's, I think, $1,350 or something like that. Okay, so you have to really like it. You'd have to really like the firearm because it is not cheap, and that's one of the reasons you're not seeing it at the range, and your buddy's not carrying one probably because it's pretty expensive, very expensive, and I don't know. For the bullpup design and an extra round, a really precision machine, if it works, if you had one and you come out here and fired hundreds of times reliably, it'd be good to go. I'd be confident with it, confident in carrying it and that it's going to work. But I'm not certain that for $1,300-$1,400 that all of that makes enough difference. But thought I'd bring it to you and let you take a look at it. I was kind of intrigued with the thing. It's an interesting firearm. The best thing I have to say about it is it really seems to be made extremely well for what it is, even though it's kind of complex, and the way it shoots. I mean, it shoots really well. You've literally seen me shoot almost every shot I've taken with it, and I think I could sit there and knock all those animals down if they'd fall. So that's the positive side. The negative, again, is that's a little complex and just a little pricey, right? But anyway, that's the Boberg XR9S. Might be something you want to take a look at, study a little bit, and see if it's an option for you. We're all looking for that small gun. And a lot of people, myself included, for that ultimate carry gun, because we spend decades trying to tweak our carry system. I have, the perfect holster, the perfect pistol, pocket pistol, carry pistol. We always find something just a little bit better maybe. And, and when we find something we really like, we're willing to pay more for it, but it just depends on, our own preferences and our own taste. But expensive little gun, but an interesting gun. So glad I got a chance to shoot the thing. Appreciate the lending of this gun and the loan of it, and life's pretty good.